Chat, here we go. So today we're going to be making a Detroit type beat today, and I'm very excited to make this. I want to show y'all not only the different types of how to make a Detroit type of beat, but I also want to show you how to actually mix the whole entire beat, because a lot of people don't know how to mix. I think there's a certain art to mixing a Detroit beat. So I do want to just get straight into that aspect of everything. Normally, we're going to start off right off the rip. So beginning, normally Detroit beats, they have either they have two things. One, they have a violin, or two, they have a piano. And today we're using a violin just to switch things up. And I wanted to start out with the most important thing, which is the synth bass, that thing. And then it leads in. Then, of course, you have to have that. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this is not working right now. We'll start out with the drums right now. So first off, before we even get into any violins, synth bass are always key. And I try to put them with the 808. So you have, and you can have your 808s with a certain way. So the 808 will sound like a little flint type of 808 on top of that. Next, we have the kicks. I try to switch up the kicks a little bit more, where they try to have an in syncopation. What's good, Nervous Wreck? I'm glad to see you, dog. I haven't seen you in a bit. Trying to teach them how to, teach people how to do Detroit types of beats. Next is a snare. Snare, you have to have like a crispy snare. Crispy snares are so freaking key when it comes to music, where you're like dun 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 dun, but where you place the snare is very like dun 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 dun. Since it's 120, some people put it on the 3. I like put it on the 2 and 4. And what I mean by that is I'll put did it on the 2 of the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you count it in that section of that. Hi-hats are very key also, with leaving space. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, those are all the drums, and this is what the drums will sound all together like. Dun, dun, dun. Now next, the most important thing, which is the melody. We can't have anything without the melody right off the rip. So here we go. Oh, what? I don't even know why the melody's not even playing right now. It's like they can't even find the melody. Look, I can play the melody for you. That's the melody that I want to use. But dun 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 dun. What's the program? Looks interesting. I'm using Logic Pro X. I just realized I have Chatbox in such a weird position. That is actually hilarious. I've always been using Logic for those types of reasons, because I think it's easier to program in certain drums, and it's just a lot easier overall. Now, I think before I even get into the melody, we're going to get starting into mixing the drums, because you can tell they are actually a little bit crispy. So first off, right off the rip, EQing these things are so important. Most people, they'll feel like, oh, okay, like I'm going to do like a compression. No, like focus on the EQ before you even think about like actually working on different aspects. So the bass has a different type of EQ setting, where I put it at like one boom. But that's also where the 808 hits. So you have to be very aware with what you're doing. So I do it around that. That's my key little trick. Boom. Like it sounds like almost like an alien just like kind of going ballistic on, oh dang, like almost like his stomach growling, and it's like boom, boom, doom, doom, doom. You don't want to get rid of some frequencies, but sometimes you want to enlighten frequencies before you even compress it. Because if you're thinking, I don't want the compression, or I don't want this, that could actually lose the feeling of the whole track that you had from the start. Next, the hi-hats. Hi-hats are so key, because you actually want to make sure that you get rid of the S part, the X of the 6K. So the 8K is around the harsh frequency, 6 to 8K. And you can find it depending on the frequency of that, but that's just a completely different science. Next, you have a snare. I like adding some rim shots. Like that sounds like almost like a little clock ticking at that point. Hey, hey, hey. So you see the frequency around here of boom, 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 boom. You see that, hear that frequency where those are where the vocals are normally. So you, instead of just like taking out the whole frequency, we're just trying to limit the frequency of the EQ of that. And then 1, 2K, maybe have a little low band pass where you're just like making sure it's actually on point, and then maybe getting a little bit of some frequencies away. You don't, by the way, you do not want to make sure you limit it, but you just have a small limitation of it. Now, you hear that snare popping out a little bit too much, so that's the next point I'm going to make. I think I added a medium. I was actually already working on the snare, but I try to do 2 to 3K where I try to get rid of it. You see that where I just stopped it? Now it's around 3K. I'd say 3K, yeah, 3 to 4K. That's where the S's are for vocals. So you want to make sure you get rid of that. Sometimes people like having a little bit higher 1K frequencies, but I try to get rid of that. See, that's where the punch is a little bit like. Now, I see there's a lot of low end on this, especially even right here. So I'm going to try to get rid of that to make it just crispy right off the gate. Now that snare is a little too high, so I'm going to compress it. I'm going to add a little bit of a threshold. And there's some like presets that you can actually find, like artist presets or drums. So we want it to be a little bit crunchy, but also a drum. So I'll just add like a drum. Simple as that. So you have a little more attack sometimes. Sometimes put a threshold like 18 for that type of thing. You ate a cat, ZZ. You ate a cat. Why did you eat a cat? Did you go? Where did you go? I'm going to actually make sure my BPM is a little bit, not BPM, but the quality of it is a little bit better. 720. Ooh, this looks cool. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save some for me. Okay, cool. I sometimes have to lower the frequency, rate it out of 10. Y'all rating this out of 10? Wait, how'd you eat the cat, though? How'd you eat the cat? Well, a different type of cat, because, I mean, you can eat the pussy in a different type of way. But, God, that's going to be clipped. Fucking hell. I don't know where my freaking hi-hat or my violin went. I was trying to, it literally completely switched up on me. Look, I had a complete good violin. And then, no, it just won't even pop up. What the fuck? Damn, okay. I think I'm just going to have to make this video drums. Or do you know what? Fuck it. We're going to find a goddamn, whatever, the melody. We're going to find a Detroit melody, chat. Because for some reason, this won't even work to save my life. It was 105, I think. 105 exactly BPM. Dun, dun, dun. There. Whoa, what the hell? Wait, yo, that would be crazy to start out a thing. Yo, wait, I hope y'all can hear that. Wait, I got a cool idea. I can't believe I'm doing this. I don't know how Bridge is gonna like this idea because I'm giving him this beat. It sounds like I'm just cruising. You do not have permission to use in your audio files. What do you mean? What is going on? Huh? This got me ascending for real. The beat, the dun, 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 dun. What like? Why can't I even add it? Chat. This is actually ridiculous. This is preposterous. Change. I have to get permission. What? Finder. Wait. Finder. Give me a second. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I have, like, genuinely, in all the 8 years of producing, of course, the one time I want to make a goddamn Detroit video. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to freaking... Bro, that could have slapped with the drums! The... Well, this is what it originally sounded like. The... I'm actually going to say this... Fucking suck my goddamn dick. Like, fuck you, Logic. Fuck you. I know all the comments are going to be like, oh my gosh, you should have shipped to Ableton because you can't even load in audio files. Suck my fucking dick. On God. my shawarma at this point. God. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going though. But we're gonna actually. I literally hear some type. Oh, I had a clap too. Why do I have that clap ass in like Cardi B? I hope y'all are entertained. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Did I switch the camera roll back? Mitchell goes, Dennis, my. Oh, no. I can't experience those cramps. There's no way. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. I already saw my ex go through that. There's no way in hell I'm doing that. That is a funny freaking thing. I'll be here all night. I think it's the kick. The kick is the weirdest part of this whole thing. Sometimes you literally, all you got to do is make sure you add a little bit of, okay, so look, I'm going to show you all real quickly. So get rid of the 30 hertz, right? Or you could get to this part, but then you add a little bit of punch right at the 50. Something is clipping at the kick, which I don't know what it is. Try to get rid of the 30 hertz because 30 is just like, or 300 actually kind of has a punch. It's a very bland kick. So normally I try not to add much. I try to add effects, but I try not to add too much effects in this regard. But fucking goddamn. Okay, I'm going to have to switch to a lower freaking preset because my computer is shitting itself. It's like completely actually shitting itself on stream. Why do I look like I'm just too cubed like a Dell computer right now at this point? I look like I should just belong in the bin. What? Whoa, why? No. Why is this too big? This is too big. Oh, that's what she said. Oh my gosh. I told a kid that oh God. Good heavens, nervous wreck. You are acting like a nervous wreck. Almost sounded British. Anytime I say your name, Nervous, I feel like I'm talking in a British accent, which is the funniest thing. But okay, Dennis, look at the past chat. What majestically? I saw it. Unless it somehow actually messed up in some way. Okay, let's keep going. Though. Chat. All right. So next, so you see that pusher, the I am pusher. It's really key because it also clips it like an FL type of thing. It's very. I like it. I really do like it a lot. This might be. Ooh. Something is clipping. So along the lines, I'm going to add a little bit less, a little bit highs, add a little bit of magic. I got the magic in me. I got the magic. Okay. Now, the next part is, since that 808 is compressing a lot with a lot of other things, I do just kind of go to factory and then bouncy. Bouncy is such a cool threshold, and you can mess around with the threshold of whatever you like. Now, something is clipping, and I don't know what. I think it is the snare, but we're going to figure that out. So those are always. So it's not the snare, but it might be also multiple things clapping at once, like your mom at night. Okay. So those things are clashing together. So that's something we don't want. So I'm going to actually send the sidechain, the 808 to, what is it? The kick. Wherever the hell the kick is. 999. $5 foot long. All right, I just got to name it kick because this is just so many different things. Kick. But we do now have the 808 pouncy. Pouncy. What the fuck am I saying right now? Pouncy? Oh, why? Okay, that is really weird. Dennis, you look like he's on YouTube Shorts chiming with that crop. It does look like that. It genuinely does look like a little crop in that way. If I did it like this, it's kind of cool. If I did it like this, it's just too wide. Now I have too wide of an angle. I don't want to. I want y'all to experience the beat, be enlightened with the beat. You know what I mean, chat? Like if I had a whole angle like this, and that's like an intro type of thing. But right off the rip, okay, let's keep going. Damn, why can I not actually? I'm so confused. Oh, and that slaps even more. Oh, I'm gonna put a little bounciness to it. I have a Dennis Kane compressor. I forgot about that. There's also AU presets, so pumper bass or bass control. Sometimes bass control is really good for that. So now you have even more of a punch of that. But I'm going to lower the threshold even more. Dun 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 dun. Maybe lower the threshold to like -20 because it's already so prevalent in that regard. Dun 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 dun. All right, Dennis. What's up, ZZ? What's up? While I try to figure this out real quickly, because this is actually pissing me the hell off. Boy, I need to get the hell out the phone. Just my ex in Rome. 105 Violin. Answer me. What's your number? Not giving you my number. Never. I have too many super fans now that I realize I've added too many people on Discord. I kid you not. I'm not even over exaggerating that in the slightest, which is kind of crazy. I'm still getting things of ask for permission. Ask for permission in Finder. I'm literally going to find it. But this is how you make a Detroit drums. I'm just going to name this Detroit drums. Dun, 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 dun. I'm literally just naming it Detroit drums. But tomorrow you will get the full thing of me and Bridge going ham at this beat. So, and it will actually have a violin. But that is how you make Detroit drums as a full thing. Also, the pattern is very key. The last thing I'll actually give as a tip, if you look here, the tip, sometimes people, they try to add an 808 right here. So, for instance, if I added an 808 at the 9, the 3 of the 9, the 3 of the 9, that sounded like a freaking, the 3 to the 9. It does have like a cool rhythmic pattern, or I do add it like right here where it goes back to back. But it doesn't really have a feeling. Sometimes you do have to feel out certain things. I like to do it at the 1 and then have multiple kicks right as the 1, like dun 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 dun. So that actually does have a different swing to things. Detroit drums. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. I do want to actually, before y'all actually go, I appreciate y'all actually being here. ZZ, Nervous Wrecked. I do want to give y'all a whole breakdown real quickly. So tomorrow's going to be the XXL freestyle cypher, where I not only do a freestyle, but I also do a whole like kind of XXL type of thing for XX. If you know who Rohan is, he's doing this whole thing, but wanted to take a step up a notch on top of that. And then we're going to be what is it? What's the next thing? We're going to be reacting to the Quadeca album and Freddie Gibbs album. And then the day after that, we're going to be having a whole how to make certain type of rap beats, whether it's Jersey beats. And then might have a project coming very soon. So stop ending the stream so damn early. I promise you, ZZ, I'll stop ending the stream so early very soon. Very soon. But all love. Salutes out, baby. I want to make sure the next few streams that I get are so good and so on point. Actually, doing what? Wait, no. Fuck this. We're going to I'm going to actually figure this out right now on stream, because this is kind of getting ridiculous how I can't get my violin. Pasta full of snakes and just a watcher. Damn you, queen, and a little chopper. Among us, y'all just summon pasta. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to close out of Logic. We're going to save this file. And we're going to figure out what the hell. But that violin is going to beat her tomorrow. On my life. On my life, that violin better beat her tomorrow. Look at this. I do not have permission. What is this gatekeeping? What y'all seeing this chat? Wait. Y'all seeing this? Look at this. I don't have permission to use any of my... Did I just have to hit OK millions of times for it to actually work? Done. All right, fuck it. Thank you for salutes. Salutes, baby. Salutes. Thank you, y'all.